They'll be calling you a radical. I wasn't going to do a video today, and it just shows you how caught up and engulfed I've been with Fukushima and the conspiracy, and how I've learned through this that people could give a damn about the truth. I knew of Michael Hastings' fiery crash death. I didn't know till this morning that he was under investigation from the FBI and that he had tweeted that. I didn't know. I watched Cenk from the Young Turks and Sam from Majority Report's tribute this morning. And I broke down. It made me cry. I mean, as you know, I've had leukemia. I've been so intense walking this walk like this, like this. I mean, that's so much of the intensity of everything. I haven't been able to waver and waver. I broke down a couple times with this thing, as I was told in the early days. There was no hope. That I was told by multiple doctors. I remember my daughter being up there that first night, doctors, by Christmas, you know, by multiple doctors. It was horrible. And I was on death's doorstep in that bone marrow transplant center over and over and over. Really, what is this country? Who is this country? What have we evolved into? As you people that know have read my book, you know, only a handful. I left it in hard draft, but I read it online for free. It's post-ignorance. My art movement is everybody says, what are you up to, Kev? I'm going to read this. The death of Michael Hastings is so horrific. This is fascism on BACLO. America's gone. It's gone. I'll read this chapter that I said in here in 2010. People say, oh, it's all from the above. No, it's not from the above. That's my whole point. It's the baby boomers and the echo boomers. They're ignorant, self-indulged, me madness, as John Steinbeck said so beautifully. We simply went from the we to the I. I say we went from the we to the I, back to the we, to the capital I. As in February of 2012, all the spiritual healers, social media, everybody organized, and they did what they called, they had a fundraiser for me all over YouTube, all over, and they said, Kevin Blanch, the world's strongest anti-nuclear fighter. Because I was very close to death's doorstep, and a lot of people did videos, a lot of people did a lot of great things for me, and they all prayed. There were prayers on beaches, in temples, in homes. As I was reading out of my journal the other day, a few days into it, that I kept a journal in there, and I was really freaking sick, and I was saying I'm slipping in and out of the coma in the night, and I'm sweating and I'm fighting, and then the nurse came up. It was the first card, because they're all right there. And I wrote in there, a couple from New Jersey sent me this card, and I opened it up, and it lifted my spirits a lot. But a guy did a video with a tin-foil hat on, you know, mocking me. I sure noticed he took it down. America hates the fucking truth. Michael Hastings didn't do any fucking thing wrong. Nothing. He was the most brilliant reporter I've ever known. Ever. 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 He had balls. He was articulate. He was smart. He was brilliant. He told the truth of the murder of Pat Tillman. The murder of Pat Tillman, as you know, my father, Pat Tillman reminded me of my father. And I grew up, my father was a Special Forces Marine before anybody even knew what a Special Forces Marine was. You want to get picked in the Nevada test site, there was a group of Special Forces Marines that were put right there. That even the footage and the people don't talk about, they were blown up at the site, woke up in hospitals. They cut their tonsils out to experiment with it. They fed them LSD. I would tell these crazy stories. People, my uncle who stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day, reminded me of Pat Tillman. My other uncle, the second shirt at Colorado Springs, the POW from Nam. These are the men who raised me. You know, as we were taught integrity, hard work, honesty, all those virtues that we were taught that made America what it is, all gone. All gone. Mission accomplished. They're all gone. As the Patriot Act is not law, as what we've done to this country is so obscene. Did Michael Hastings commit suicide? I cannot believe that Michael Hastings, as dynamic as he was, as socially conscious he was, and as caring as he was in his writing style, and the man that he was, what I know of him, would possibly, yeah, he'd freak out, get drunk, and I can understand if he knew that, but I can't understand him driving down Santa Monica Boulevard 200 miles an hour. They said, whoa, I can't believe it. He would danger others like that. Even if he freaked out. Did they Toyota his car? I don't know, but even if he did, we have the Bill of Rights in this country. The first 10. The one is as important as the 9th. The second is important as the 8th. The third is important as the 7th. On and on. They did them all at once for a reason. If we had any integrity in this country, and this is the way Supreme Court's going to look at this in future generations, Alito and Roberts every ruling the Supreme Court makes is totally 100% illegitimate. Not my words, Justice Breyer's words. Bush did not win. No one cares. Everybody just rolled over. Gore just rolled over. As we have the false equivalency media. You know, Ed Schultz really said that about Snowden. Wow. Wow. Fucking false equivalency media. MSNBC, Fox News. Oh my God. I was so emotional when I read that this morning. I only broke down and cried in that hospital twice. You know, multiple doctors telling me I was going to be dead. Slipping in and out of a coma multiple times. As I told the whole world that Fukushima is going to play out exactly what Fukushima is. As I've learned it, you look at my blog and you watch me. I've been so Cassandra-like, it is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. You know, Cassandra, you people that don't know, in Greek mythology, as she was doomed to, out of sexuality, to not only her, but her heirs for all time and eternity would be able to see the truth and tell the truth, and no one would believe them. Michael Hastings. I told you to sell gold at 1900. I told you to get out of silver at 4500. I told you that she was lying about Strauss-Kahn. I told you to double down on the Dow at 10,000 when everybody was telling you to get out just 2 years ago, right before I got cancer. I told you that songs would never reopen when the hardcore activists all. And it's so easy to look back and say, Michael Hastings told you that McChrystal and right from the top, Dick Cheney and these people ordered the murder of Pat Tillman right from the top. And it's so easy to say that the Harry Beecher Stows of the time, there were millions of them. No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. Michael Hastings. No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. As I got in trouble at the university a long time ago, as I started going crazy right after the effect of the election about Novak. And when Novak died, I said, I wonder how he likes hell. To you people that believe in the heaven and hell thesis, and I still stand by that, I wonder how it is. Like, as Dick Cheney outed an FBI agent, long, cool woman in a red dress. As you claim to be Christians, as I will read this out of my book. First, as you guys know, I started a lot of this with this view, this thing, what's in here, and all I see is an apple, a rotten apple. Well, the apple's gone. Foxconn nets around things. Usury, you don't even know. I asked a Mormon missionary today, he's out recruiting, you know, and I'm like, preaching Christianity, huh? Yeah. You're a Christian, I guess, huh? Yeah, oh yeah. Do you know what usury is? No. How can you be a Christian? Same with evangelicals. How can any of you in this country claim to be a Christian? How can any of you? Megan Rice. Megan Rice is a peaceful activist. I want to read this. The truth will heal us and heal our planet, heal our diseases which result from the disharmony of our planet caused by the worst weapons in the history of mankind, which should not exist. For this we give our lives. For the truth about the terrible existence of these weapons, Sister Megan Rice, as she sits in a federal prison. I will say this to the federal prosecutor, to the long cool woman in the red dress FBI, to all you people that participate in this from the top down. May God have mercy on your souls. She is a real Christian. America hates the truth. This is fascism on BACLO. Is it from the top? As President Obama, his legacy, as we look back, what will it say? What will it say? Simply, his entire, I'll write his entire memoirs right now. Status quo. Status quo. Uncle Tom Obama? Oh yeah. Uncle Tom media? Oh yeah. Uncle Tom military? I don't know about that. The military, wow. Where are the men of integrity in there? It was an ordered execution of the most famous man in America, just like it was an ordered execution of my father. And I've lived the repercussions of it. And you don't think there's repercussions? As the cancer as I fight now. As this cancer is devastated as no one believes in me. I told you to sell. I mean, I look back on the accuracy of this vlog. It is so Cassandra-like. It's freaky. It even creeps me out to even think about it. It creeps me out. My accuracy has been mind-boggling. I told you in this video exactly how this is going to play out. I told you, and people say, oh, a lot of people. Oh, really? Oh, really? A lot of people did? Oh, really? Huh? Where are they? I have the emails from Arnie Gunderson. I have the emails from Chris Busby. I have the emails from all these so-called hardcore nuclear activists that were in there day one, arguing with me. All kinds of them. I saved them. They'll be in my book. When I put my book, because I read that book online for free. I left it in a draft and jacked the price up, and you people that have it, you know. And I'll read from it in just a minute. No, oh yeah? So you called all this. So you just short civil. Well, why ain't you a multi-billion? You know, and I was very rich before I got cancer, and I forked over everything, but no one believes in me. I got wiped out. Because it doesn't matter. Everybody says, Kevin, why don't you do finance videos? You're deadly. You're amazing with these finance. What's the point? I'm like, what is the point now? What does it matter? I'm fighting for my 5th of AML leukemia. I'm financially destroyed. No one believes in me. I'm an artist. What is the point? That can call the accuracy in the world. What does it matter? When you can't live abstract and go outside and breathe air. This Fukushima is ongoing for 835 days and no one cares. Because of this. You guys that don't get it, don't get my echo boomer, baby boomer. What's in there? Oh, that's all I see. I love all the art critics. Don't you love them? Even the ones now, oh, Warhol was kind of a doofus. They make Warhol as like he's kind of doofus or whatever. Warhol was the most brilliant artist, freaking since Picasso, since Da Vinci. He totally mockery law. Oh yeah, and a doctor killed him, filled him full of fluid, but they almost did me. I want to read this. And as I read this, I want you to remember Michael Hastings was born in 1980. I wrote this in 2010. I've been living the... Oh, excuse me. In chapter 1. My intention is this, not a commentary, but a documentary in regard to ignorance. I fully can and will show via YouTube video, plastering my hawk and trowel and rock-splitting sledgehammer, color my canvas and paintbrush, my education, economic theory, schooled and traveled in real businesses, that we as humans live in the aggregate of ignorance unseen in the modern world. This book will support culture's inevitable reality of the embracing of ignorance as the popular opinion of a military-industrial giant, all its horrible and grotesque byproducts point by point. Economic theory and abuse thereof, supply and ran fakers, Orwellian idealism via dullness, contrarian oblique awareness, derivatives in wealth. Europe's lazy laugh at the U.S. attitude of not us when you are us. Straight deductive thinking is suicide and hindering of who I am. The food chain, wealth or lack thereof wealth, poverty hidden in 65 hours a week. Pure stupidity, art is gay, and gay is art, kill it. Environmental is land and water drown people, kill it. Religion is everything, although I have no reading skills. Language, use the word folks so they understand you. I hate Congress, but I have no clue who my congressman and woman is. Anything French is bad, anything American is bad. Weighted wealth, weighted against oil, gold, real estate, your bedroom walls, loneliness, as we only interact with our pets. War, kill, war, kill, war, kill. Today, fuck tomorrow. The debt and all its glorious ignorance. Blame Wall Street when they really had very little to do with it. What's a derivative? Credit default swaps again. Had nothing to do with it. What are those? I hate them. Lazy, sick, wealth without hard work, a fallacy. Trickle-down economics is a golden shower on the masses, and they like it. I hate gays because I know I'm gay, and I hate myself. Neat hair. I have angry foreigners mowing my lawn, and I drive a car and own a house. My partner has sex with other people. My friends think I am rich, I am poor. I am lazy. Fuck the environment, popular opinion says so. Fuck the birds, popular opinion says so. Fuck the people who don't look or think or do like I do. Popular opinion says, fuck it all, I'm a baby boomer with a low IQ and a lazy work ethic. We do live in the most ignorant time in the modern world. That is a fact. Post-ignorance will be the art and culture movement as I see it. In intelligent art, intelligent metaphors with things in color and design that the master will look at like a giant blotter tress and say, you hate humans, you are crazy. It looks like a child. The same things were said all the early artists were accused of. I believe Salvador Dali was on his way to a great intelligent art movement a decade ago. But he let his greedy, sick wife and his own addiction to money destroy his brilliance. The movement was just getting started in the 1970s when the completely dead by the mid-80s. The election of Ronald Reagan was the day the ignorance period began. The death of a brilliant artist by an insane, radical, religious nut of John Lennon, the day my daughter was conceived. It has involved with media as a canvas, hate and religious relation as its sex. It turned into the neo-ignorance in 1994, the day that the midterm election. The landscape was carpet-bagged and paid for. NAFTA. It hopefully has climbed to a crescendo with the Tea Party movement. Neo-ignorance is invoked to the 10th power. If it evolves any further, no one will have to act or live about it. Ignorance will swallow us whole. And maybe Herman Melville can be reincarnated and slip a story into a cave for someone to recognize 60 years later. That is if there are any of us left, while he works as a night watchman on Wall Street and dies unknown. Kevin Blanch, 10-10-10. I was admitted to the hospital 11-11-11. The greatest novel ever written by every critic that's ever out there. Everyone hated it for decades. He died poor. He died unknown. If you're an artist out there, or you're a journalist, and people totally reject you, your success. To be in vogue right now, the Glenn Beck going on a crying fit and telling you sell your Dow 3,500 and go buy gold at 50, all these things, and the masses go for it in droves. This is the most needed. This is fascism. It's mission accomplished. This is total fascism. As in Nazi Germany, Hitler, remember this, Hitler not was trying to eradicate Jews, he was trying to eradicate homosexuality too. The most cosmopolitan city in the world at the time was Berlin. Max Schmeling. To understand Nazi Germany is to understand Max Schmeling. That's where he hung out. Was he gay? More than likely. He was ostracized by Hitler until he got that lucky blow in the fight. He got the lucky blow, and he knew in the rematch he was going to get pummeled. He knew he was going to get pummeled. Hitler embraced him, and he went back to Manhattan. By the way, Hitler was going to use the bomb on Manhattan, and think of this, the Swedes went along with it. Julian's son. The Italians went along with it. The Japanese went along with it. Think about the masses of Japan following the emperor. Think about the masses of Italy following Mussolini. Amanda Knox. History repeating itself. As when the euro was complex and put together, I went to the meeting, and he said, the head of that euro, we did not do this for economics. We did this for unity. I understand World War I. I understand World War II. He understood it. They understand it. He says, we hope to have a trading equivalent to the dollar one day. 75 cents, went to $1.60, $1.30. As it's the giant lie, as he went back to New York City and he fought him, and he was pummeled. And by the way, they ended up being very, very good friends. Saved by the Bell, huh? Let it rain. He was pummeled, and Hitler distanced himself again. As